making sure your leopard gecko is happy, healthy, taken care of properly, and to have fun with it safely. Hey everybody, so to take care of your leopard gecko, everybody has their own opinion on how to do it. Now, how I take care of mine is definitely completely different from how everybody else does it too. Nobody is perfect, nobody is 100%. Everything I'm telling you today is on experience that I have learned from my geckos. So let's get together and let's go into the terrarium and talk to Bowser and Cheeto. Okay, so this is Bowser and Cheeto's setup. Today we were actually doing really well at handling them today. Or I should say I was, there's no one else here. So their cage is at, or their terrarium is at 29 degrees, which is fairly good. They also have heat pads and everything in a few places. So they're right now both under here, Cheeto and Bowser. They've been fed today, played around with them. I'll post a couple extra clips in it so you guys can see them walking around today. As you see, I do have a set of mealworms for them just to go eat if they want to. They seem to do very good with that. I do hand feed them occasionally if I notice they're not eating. So, how do I take care of them? Well, I for one make sure every morning, afternoon, evening, I spray their tank. Because it does get dry quite a bit and quite quickly, I do it about 4 times a day. You do the tank, the window, do the log, and occasionally if this thing thinks that it's going to get away with trying to attack them, I put that in front. Anyway, so now that I misted their tank will have a little bit of humidity, which is what we want. So in here was just their little meat pie, whatever you want to call it. They were eating out of that, which is great. So they have a water dish, heat hide, and they use this as a cool hide together. They really like to follow each other, so I like that. I don't mind. I'm not going to fight that. I will be getting a bigger tank eventually. So for now, this tank is pretty big. A few things on how to handle your leopard gecko. To handle them, now it's going to vary on how much interaction you do with your geckos. Some of your geckos may bite you if you are too aggressive. Some of your geckos may never want to be picked up because they don't know you enough because you're not spending enough time. For me, I can handle them and have enough time to be with them. So, I'm going to show you how to pick them up. So they're both under here. I don't know how they're feeling right now, but let's find out. They're both just laying down, relaxing. I did play with them today, so they may be a little irritated right now. We'll find out. But they seem to be pretty good with me whenever I go into the terrarium. So Cheeto is the orange carrot tail, and this is Bowser, the normal spotted you'll normally get. So these guys are my babies. Cheeto is only about 6 months old. Bowser's probably close to a year. Cheeto has been with me though for about a month. How Bowser has been with me for close to 8.5 months, maybe 9. We have been doing very well together. So Bowser, at one point, I could never even do this to her. She used to hate being touched. But now I can pick her up, touch her, pet her, and bring her out. I could probably pick her up right now. And she doesn't want to be picked up. I mean, they were just out all day today, or most of the day today, running around, doing their thing. So you can see they go in there, they don't want to be bothered. So you just put this back and leave them alone. Okay, so we're going to leave them alone. They want to be left alone for a little bit. So we're just going to talk a little bit about how I have gained that trust from them to be able to go in there and touch them without them freaking out. Well, I spend approximately about 4 hours in a day. It's obviously not all in 1 hour, or in one time I do for 4 hours. I split it throughout the day. When I miss their tank, I'll interact with them. Today I was actually with them for about a good hour and a half straight, just having them walk around the couch. They love, Bowser is used to walking on it, so today was Cheeto's very first day walking on it, and his first time coming out of the terrarium since I first got him about a month and a half ago, which was a very exciting thing today for me, because he trusted me finally to pick him all the way up, put him on my shoulder, let him walk around, and then I put him on the couch. And he was exploring. I will add a couple of videos to this so you guys can see. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, are all geckos going to be friendly? No. If you do not take the time to take care of them, to interact with them, they're not going to want to be near you or get to know you, right? You got to have that spending time with them, just like a cat or a dog. To get your cat or dog to like you, spend time with it. Feed it. You know? You got to do that with geckos. Obviously, a gecko isn't like a dog necessarily, but it is, because to me it's like they drink, they eat, they need to be cleaned, they need to be taken care of. It's more like having a cat than a dog. Another thing would be how to house them together. Make sure when you house two geckos, it has to be female, or female and female. Never male and male. Those two will fight until the end of day. Don't do that. I have a male and a female. They seem to do very well. They don't fight each other, and I have spent hours in recording, video cameraing them, making sure they're not fighting while I'm sleeping. I've had them in this now for probably about 3.5 weeks. Lots of progress has been going through. They haven't been fighting. They've been actually following each other, cuddling kind of thing, like laying with each other. They don't seem to have any aggression. When one was going into a shed, Bowser, Cheeto, I moved into just a small tub just so that they wouldn't bother each other. And then I realized Cheeto was in a shed, but I didn't even notice because her orange kind of wasn't showing any of that white shed. But he shedded in there with her, and there was no conflict, so that was cool. How to keep a good shed for your gecko? It's moisture, humidity, temperature. If your gecko is going to go into a shed, put new flooring down, paper towel, or substrate like Eco Earth, which I use. If you use nice warm water, when you do it, it absorbs, it crushes down, and then when you put it in there nice and warm, they will lay in it, and I noticed it had an amazing effect on Bowser when she shedded, so that's another thing you can do. So what shouldn't you do to your gecko? Well, what you shouldn't do is have them in a small tank. Housing them and making sure they have the proper setup is definitely a necessary thing to do. You don't want to have it in a small tub. I hate people that put them in trays and stuff like that. I don't find that appropriate. I don't find that they get the proper sunlight. They don't get the proper nutrition from the airflow. They're just in a tub. I don't find that fair to them whatsoever. They deserve to have a proper setup. The reason why I don't think tubs are good is they're stuck in this little box, nothing to do. I mean, if your budget is tight, you shouldn't be getting one in the first place. That's the thing. You gotta have that budget in for them. So make sure you do that. Food-wise, make sure you have the money for their food. Now, geckos are actually very cheap. Mealworms go for like 5 cents each. $1 worth of mealworms should last you about 2 weeks if you know how to breed them and keep your mealworms alive. One way to do it is you can put the mealworms in the fridge and they go into hibernation. Don't forget, if you're going to keep more mealworms, you also need to feed them and let them have the 24-hour of without food so they empty their system so you can give it to your gecko with healthy nutrition. Geckos are also not going to want to be near any other reptiles like snakes or anything like that. You don't want them to be seeing each other. However, I do have a cat. That's another thing. Is your cat going to stress them out? Is your cat going to attack them or like look like they're going to pounce into the thing where it's going to make them scared, drop their tail? That's the other thing. You don't want your gecko to drop a tail because that is very sad to see happen. I haven't had that, which I'm happy for. Cheeto is a baby, so who knows? Maybe he might drop it if he's freaks out a little too much. We don't know. Cheeto is now looking at me like, why do you keep talking? But we're gonna keep talking. I'm gonna try to see if I can get Cheeto to come out. So the thing about geckos, though, I think the most biggest thing is handling them, because if you can't handle your gecko, it can be very deadly to your gecko. Because, for example, if all of a sudden your gecko is shedding and it can't get the shed off of its toes, it can cut the circulation off of your gecko's feet, which can in time build up. It's like having how girls always have their hair bands on their hand. If you keep that on there too long, and if it's too tight, it'll cut your hand off. Like, there's gonna be no circulation of blood, right? Same thing. So you gotta watch on that. So like I was saying, housing 2 geckos together can work if you can handle at least one of them. I only have 2 together, and that's all I want right now. But to house 2 geckos, I made sure that I put Bowser into it because I knew I could handle Bowser better than Cheeto at the time. I actually thought it was going to be needing for me to scoop Bowser all the time. I think they were fighting, but they don't fight each other, so that's a plus. I also think it was beneficial for me to put Bowser and Cheeto together, because when I first got Cheeto never liked me. He would freak out. He would be wagging his tail, freaking out when I would walk in the room. So eventually I figured Bowser, known me for quite a while. Bowser came from a bad place. Bowser learned to trust me, so I figured, let's put Bowser in with Cheeto. I did that. Within about 2-3 weeks, Cheeto started walking into my hand, let me put my hand like this, and he kind of bump it. And then today, which is exactly about a month and a half since I've had him, where he climbed up onto my hand and I held him, he walked down my shoulder, and then I brought him out, and then he just started walking everywhere, and then I put him on the couch, and he seemed to do very well. And so I brought Bowser out, because Bowser was giving me this attitude like, yo, I'm your gecko, you bring me out first. So we brought her out after, and then played her out. So just make sure you guys have all that time and everything that I'm saying. I know this video is la-di-da all over the place, probably doesn't make sense to everyone, but it makes sense to me because this is all I ever done for these geckos. So yeah, moisture, time, handling with care, respect them. Respect if all of a sudden they give you the sign that they don't want to be touched, leave them alone. It's not that hard to care for them. And to feed them, simple, cheap. All you really need to do is get one of these. If you're gonna feed them, just tweezers, easy to feed them. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I can say for that for today. So I'll add those other clips in there for you guys to see. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and share my videos so I can give more love of geckos for you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Okay, so what you guys are seeing here is just me interacting with my geckos. They're just walking on the couch. As you're seeing Cheeto right now, Cheeto is just getting used to being on the couch. His first time actually being outside of a tank and being handled without him freaking out at me, which is incredible, what I'm wanting to see. So what you're seeing is him just playing around in these different clips. I'm very proud of him because he hasn't actually had any fights. He hasn't had any arguments with me, like biting me or anything. He's been just playful. Sorry for the blackout. My geckos were doing something. I do not remember what they were just doing. I just dropped my phone. But my geckos were just kind of doing that. Bowser went and got stuck underneath my cushion. Had to pull her out. And then you see Bowser here though. She's used to doing this, which is awesome. She was just giving me a stare down while Cheeto over here is just being a daredevil. He's trying to jump right off the couch and everything, so I was kind of keeping an eye on both of them. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying these little clips of my geckos. They're definitely been having a good time with me. I've definitely spent numerous of hours with that one right there. He's been just thinking that he could just do that right there. He was just about to just walk right off and think he was a Superman or Spider-Man, but definitely a crazy little kid. So yeah, what you guys are just watching is me interacting with Cheeto the most I was trying to do with today. Bowser just kept on wanting to come out too, so I brought her out. But yeah, so what you're seeing is me putting them back just after their nice long play time, and they were doing very well. I'm very impressed with them. So I'm just gonna grab Bowser here, and then I'm gonna put Bowser back. Bowser hates going back into her tank because she then knows she can't play outside anymore. But yeah, other than that, it's been a great experience in having these geckos. I suggest if you guys are going to get them, that they are definitely worth having. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to hear some positive comments, and if you guys are interested to know a few things, let me know. Don't feel afraid to message me or inbox me like other people have. You'll see at the end they were both tired and they both decided to go inside their tank at the very same time as I was about to end the video here. Cheeto is now tired, walking in as I say goodbye to you guys. And there we go. Good night. And good night to you too. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long or too boring. Please hit the like, subscribe, and hit the doorbell so you guys can hear some more great videos. And I forgot about this part. This is where Cheeto is deciding to play Spider-Man and was climbing up onto the top here. had to kind of rush because there's a drop off on the other side. And then he looked at me like, well, that was just no fun. I was having fun. So the difference I can actually tell you guys about Bowser and Cheeto. Bowser, when I got her, she actually lost all her toes because the person before didn't take good care of her when she was shedding. That was the other thing I could have told you guys. The other thing is Cheeto does have all his claws, and he's an amazing climber. With Bowser, I always have to help her climb. Cheeto does not need help climbing. He can just climb almost anything he wants to. And he's also a quick little guy as he almost tries to run off the edge yet again. But as you see how Cheeto is being all very cuddly or touchable and stuff like that, this is what happens when you spend hours and hours with them and teaching them that you're not going to harm them and that they can trust you. It does take a lot of time and it does take a lot of patience. And if you're just going to get frustrated with them, good luck, because it's not going to work. I put my foot there because he was yet again trying to go down. Cat's interrupting my speech. But yeah, so I'm definitely really proud of Bowser here in these videos that I'm added on for you guys, because Cheeto has definitely improved with being handleable and everything. He still has a tendency of freaking out when I touch him, but when he wants to come on my head, he does very well at that. I am not worried about him biting me no more. And if you people think that when they bite it doesn't hurt, if they are freaked out and they are scared, they can bite and it can hurt. Here's Bowser just chasing me. She loves cameras. I don't know why, but she seems to see the camera pointing toward her, and here they go with doggy style. But as you can see though, like, Cheeto and Bowser, they can stand on each other, sit beside each other, and they don't freak out with each other next to each other. That is definitely what you want to see. One thing I noticed is,
as you can see,
Cheeto,
super easy.
when he showed that he wanted me to
How to get them to like
him,
you. That's another
he
thing.
walked up to me though and climbed on me. I didn't force him to climb on me. He did it on his own. The only thing I do daily with him is putting my hand in front of him.
Have both of them just coming up to
like show him that I'm not gonna hurt him, but I show him I'm not gonna give up until he.
So they both
respects me
love to like walk up.
Yeah, this is funny.
It's like a
They were
race.
starting to race to go up toward my neck. I think Bowser kind of gets a little bit jealous, but as you see, Bowser kind of slipped. She didn't fall or anything like that. She just slipped onto the cushion, but she has no grip or anything, which is sad.